Hi, welcome to the Milk and Blush channel. I'm Alyson Peacock, I'm a hair and makeup artist, and I am here today with beautiful Karen, and we are going to give her a nice glam makeover for Mother's Day. Karen normally just straightens her hair, so what we're going to do is give her a nice beautiful curl wave. Some eye brightener underneath her eyes, and that's really going to hydrate the base of the eye as well. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of primer on the lid of her eyes, which is going to help set the shadow in place, and that's going to give it longevity throughout the night. Now I'm applying the primer all over Karen's skin, so I'm using a little bit of Glow Primer, which is going to sit really nicely underneath her foundation. Just giving Karen a little massage around her face so it gets the blood circulation going. Now I'm putting on Karen's base. She doesn't really need too much because she's got beautiful skin. Now I'm just going to put a base on Karen's eye. I'm not going to go in with concealer just yet, because when I do the look on her eye, there may be a little bit of fallout. Now we're kind of just sculpting out Karen's eye shape. She's got really nice wide surface area. I'm just slowly sculpting around her eye, layering colours so it's going to be really nice and multi-dimensional. Basically, a lot of people, I think it's a myth when people say that more mature skin can't wear shimmers. I think it's just people, it's all about placement. So people normally, when they say that, they're not putting it in the right areas. So definitely, you know, over the surface of the eye, you can definitely wear shimmers because that's going to make your eye pop. You're usually just going to avoid putting shimmers where you get the deeper lines around the eyes and underneath, because the shimmer will tend to just sit within those creases, and that's usually what you want to avoid, because that's just going to enhance any areas that you're not particularly happy with. But yeah, you can definitely, around the top of the eyelid, around the inner corner of the eye, you can definitely wear shimmers and highlighters as well, because if you're not taking the highlighter too high up on the cheek, then there's no reason why you can't have any kind of shimmer. And on the brow bone as well, to make that kind of area pop, you can definitely apply shimmers. Now I'm going on to liner. And instead of using a liquid liner, I'm going to use a pencil liner, because then it's going to be easier for me to smudge it out. Because I think the smudged out liner look looks nicer on more mature skin. It's probably easier, and unless you're like a professional, it's probably easier for you to do like a smudged out line, as opposed to trying to do something that's going to be really sharp, because naturally you're going to have like a few more, you know, laugh lines around the eyes and everything. So
shake your hand.
Yeah, exactly. So you just want to work with what you've got, as opposed to trying to do something that, you know, is not necessarily going to work for you. people who don't normally wear lashes, I would normally say get strip lashes with like a clear base, so then you can't see them, like they kind of fit in with your natural lashes. Put your mascara on first, just load it on, and then make sure you're getting lashes that are just a little bit longer than your natural length, as opposed to getting ginormous ones, because they just don't, they're never going to give you the effect that you want. Individuals are really hard though, really hard. But yeah, the key is like literally getting them right on the lash line. You can use this before or after mascara, but it basically pushes the individuals, all the lashes, in with your natural ones, so it looks more, or I guess less like you're wearing false eyelashes. I'm going to put like a little bit of like a pearlescent kind of sheen along there, so it's kind of just really, because there's nude here and the darkness kind of brings the eye out a bit, if you know what I mean. And then you can see I've kind of inner lined the eye with like a darker pencil. And you don't have a whole lot of eyelashes, bottom eyelashes, you can kind of trick that by just doing like a little bit of a darker eyeshadow or liner underneath the eye. You could just leave it like that, but because Karen has such big eyes, you don't need to really make her eyes look bigger, so she can kind of get away with something really. Get that for me. One tip I would say is less is more. You can always build up if you start off light, but if you start off too heavy, it's harder to take away.
For my makeup, I wear a full face as well, what I do as a living. So prep the skin really, really well, because that's the most important thing I've found since I got older. So lots and lots of moisture, not necessarily cream, but hyaluronic. And then, foundation, eyes, contour a little bit. I went through a phase of using a lot of highlighter, which I do like, but you need to keep it down, you need to keep it lower. Because as Alyson said, when you smile, otherwise it just goes in all the creases. And one thing I have found, my tip as an older person, is under eye concealer. I don't really use it now. Tend to use skincare and then put on the foundation over the top of that, because I find that concealers tend to, by the afternoon, sit in all the creases. But it becomes more about skincare as you get older. Yeah. There's no point in having beautiful makeup if you haven't managed to do the skin prep, because it shows so much when you put the makeup on. So yeah, invest wisely in skincare.
Karen's tips.
Definitely.
It's also really nice using cream-based products because they tend to sink into the skin a lot nicer than like opposed to sitting on top of the skin. So if you're someone who has, you know, dry skin and it's also mature, and makeup tends to sit on top of your skin, use cream-based products and then just set it with like translucent powders, because then it's going to look more like skin. And you also get really nice pigment payoffs when you use cream products. And this blush has like a little bit of a sheen in it as well, so this is something you can easily do if you like highlighters and shimmers. If you're wanting to kind of like, you can still use the same rule of like overlining your lips just to give that little bit of a fuller pout, but just do it very subtly, because also when you have like more mature skin, you tend to get lines on your mouth, around your mouth, which Karen doesn't. She's got amazing skin. I would say always invest in using a lip liner, because that's what I find, like even with like my mum, she just uses a lipstick and it bleeds all the time through the cracks and the lines in her lips. So I always say to her, make sure when you're going to bed at night, use a really, really good nourishing lip balm to kind of stop that dryness, because I find a lot of older people have really dry lips as well. And then when you're applying your lipstick, use a lip liner, because that's going to really help reduce the bleeding. So I'm just going along Karen's lip line, and then I'm only ever slightly overdrawing it. And if you are wanting to overdraw them, focus in these areas, don't focus around here. If you're going to do anything, I would contour, like try and attempt to contour the lips, so use a shade darker pencil around here and there, and then work a little bit more lighter there, so it gives the illusion of a fuller lip. So we've done Karen's makeup, so now we're going to move on to the hair. Before we get started with the style, I'm just going to prep Karen's hair. She's got quite coarse texture in her hair, so I'm just going to smooth it down a bit, add some product, get them ready to put the hair extensions in. So like I say, Karen has quite a lot of hair, so what we're going to do is mainly focus the hair extensions around the front of her face. So that happens with most people, you know, more mature women and even younger women, because that's usually where we apply the most heat in our hair. So yeah, she doesn't need anything at the back. We're just going to add a little bit more body around the front. Okay, let's get started. So what do you tend to do with your hair day to day, Karen?
Well,
tell me everything.
I do various things actually. On a day where I've made an effort, it's probably straight.
Yeah.
I tend to do quite a lot of just braiding my hair. I tend to have it in two plaits, which I probably, for my age group, probably shouldn't do, but hey. Or I put it up in a high bun.
Yeah.
And just let bits fall down. I have to admit, because of the texture of my hair, I don't wash my hair that often. So once it goes into a hairstyle, that's it, really, for me, especially once I've straightened it.
Yeah.
When I first wash it, I like it curly.
Yeah.
But it then mats, so I have to have it then. I have to straighten it after a few days, otherwise I'll end up with dreadlocks.
Yeah.
So I've always ultimately wanted to have that glossy Hollywood finish.
Blown out.
Yeah, but I don't have, I haven't found a way of doing that yet.
Yeah. And do you take any kind of like styling inspiration from anyone? Like any people on TV or like women that you admire?
Like I said, I like the whole Hollywood long, sort of slightly curled, immaculate hair.
Yeah.
But I guess I focused on makeup because my hair, I don't have the skill to be able to do that to my hair. I know what I like to have, whether or not I can actually achieve it by myself is a different matter.
Yeah.
But I do like a nice controlled curl rather than a frizzy mess.
Yeah.
Which is what I end up with.
Definitely. Have you ever worn hair extensions before, Karen?
No. I don't even know how they go into your hair.
Well, you will find out today.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Probably could have done with them when I actually grew out my undercut. That might have been, useful.
Like you can use curling ones which have the tongs on them, but not like say something like that, because you have nothing that's kind of gonna smooth the hair cuticles. That I'm working in really small sections here because I need to be really precise, especially with the texture of Karen's hair. So I want to make sure like I'm not grabbing big sections and they're not getting styled properly, or they're not getting enough heat or product distributed.
So how do you know where to put them?
You want to put them in the sections of the hair, obviously, that you want the thickness, but you also want to try and make sure you've got enough hair on the top here that's going to cover the extensions. So, you know, especially if you're just doing it to add thickness.
How do we clip in? Show me.
I will. I'll show you. Your hair's ready to go. You want to create an anchor for the hair to clip, so they clip like this.
Oh.
So if you've got, for you, you could get away with it, but for most hair types, the hair can get really slippery. So you want to create an anchor for the hair to connect to. So you just do a little bit of back combing. Nothing too crazy, and that just basically creates the anchor for the hair to sit on. So I am just applying a little bit of root spray to the ends of Karen's hair, to the tips of Karen's hair extensions, so it blends in with her natural colour. And this is just a washout spray, so it's really good to kind of like hide the like the really blonde bits from the roots in her hair. And it's also really good like if you do have like thinner hair as well, hair extensions, like if you're even just like throwing your hair up, like it gives you more hair to play with to make like more of a bigger textured bun if that's what you're wanting to do, or even just braiding your hair, and then you can just clip them in and you just get, you know, that illusion of like fullness in the hair. You can see around the front here where as you tend to get older, it can get a little bit thinner. With a lot of people, this is where they heat style their hair the most, so it snaps off. So that's one of the reasons why this is where we've placed the hair extensions, because compared to like natural hair, which is there, and then adding that obviously is adding a lot more volume to the hair. Just remember as well, you don't need to put too much. You don't need to really hold the, like squish the hair straightener.
Oh, okay.
Because the heat is enough for it to
Is that what I
shape the mold. Yeah, because if you squeeze it, it's just pulling, you know, it's pulling the hair. So I'll just smooth out your hair first, which is what I have been doing. So basically, you want to be bringing the hair, and you want to, can you see what I'm doing? You want to turn it like that.
Anti-clockwise?
Yes.
Okay.
So there you go.
This is why I burn myself. So down?
Yep, down, but you want to turn it back that way, away from your face, and you just want to drag it down and slowly pull it. Keep it tilted vertically, See, not bad. Yeah. See, it's not so hard after all.
Down.
Brilliant. Down and away from the face.
And away.
Yeah. Make sure you're keeping it vertical as well, because if you're doing it horizontal, you're going to get that bounce up wave, and you don't want that.
Okay.
So, rule of thumb when curling your hair, depending on if you're just doing a generic curl style, always curl away from the face. You want to clip this one closest to your face, so you want to make sure that it's not actually showing. So you want to get right to the root of the hair, just a little bit further down. So I'll guide you here. Perfect, right along there.
And just push it in.
And then clip it, push. There you go, brill. And then you want to grab the other one, go again right at the root. And make sure the hair extension is nice and taut, so it doesn't get caught. Yep, there you go. Perfect.
So it doesn't get caught.
And then in. Brilliant.
Well,
how
that's
does that
easy.
feel? Give that a little tug, and is that slipping at all? That feels good? Yeah, it feels nice and solid.
It's in.
Yeah, brill. Make sure if you're using this as well to like shield your face. If you put all that hard work in, that's what it's going to look like. So another benefit of hair extensions that a lot of people don't know about is that you can actually create lowlights and highlights with the hair. So you'll see at the end, with Karen's hair, the colour we've used is basically spot on with her natural colour, but it's just that little bit brighter, so it gives that, you know, freshly done hair coloured look. And you can also create that, you know, if you're a bit afraid of trying the ombre balayage look, you can create that with hair extensions as well. So here we are with Karen's final finished glam makeover look. She's got beautiful sleek hair, nice glam makeup. So basically what we've done is added a couple of hair extensions around the frame of her face, just because she's got some flyaways and like thinning hair around the front. So the hair extensions have really given some nice body to the hair. And we basically used some products to smooth the hair down, because Karen finds that her hair gets a little humid and frizzy, so we've just, she said she always wanted sleek, kind of curly waves, so that's what we've given you today, Karen. How do you feel?
I feel amazing, thank
you.
My hair has never looked like this, ever.
It's what we like to hear.
So, if I was to do this at home again, What's the best tip you could give me?
The best tip I would give you is to invest in a good smoothing product, which is also a heat protector. Make sure you're practicing that technique that I showed you with the hair straightener, smoothing it from the top of your hair down to the tip of the end. So you're really sealing those bonds in your hair. And that's going to really help combat the frizz. Okay. Yeah. And a good shine spray as well.
Yay!